People can't see through this. We already have a law, the Defense of Marriage Act. We've all voted, I voted and others said, look, marriage is between a man and a woman, and states must respect that.
Wow, Joseph R. Biden being against gay marriage, but now he says he's for it, and he's always been for it. Well, it seems as though he's been caught in a lie. We're also going to take a look not just at this entire clip, but also one Hillary Clinton, one Barack Obama, where they are vocally against gay marriage. These all-inclusive people. And now, because they think it's good for their political careers, they're actually not very inclusive. But I don't think that's what these people are doing. I think their stance on a certain issue, gay marriage in this case, I don't think it's formed from their principles, their kindness, their perspectives. I think their stances are formed based on what they think is going to get them the most support. What do I need to say to the public to manipulate them into supporting me? Why don't you just say what you actually think and feel? No, but no, that's not it. Well, what should I say to get them? Like, I'll sell out. I have no soul anymore. I will say and become anything I need to do as long as it will get me the support of the majority of people. I personally think that's much more the case with these folks we're going to take a look at than it would be the case with some loving person just growing, evolving as a wonderful person and changing their mind about an issue. So let's take a look. Present day, Biden, what do you think about gay marriage?
Codified support for same-sex marriage and interracial marriages like ours. I'm curious.
Like ours. Is he implying he and Biden are married?
Is what your evolution was like on marriage equality and what the federal government might be able to do to protect LGBTQ Americans, especially trans kids who are dealing with all these regressive state laws that are popping up right now.
Spoiler alert, Biden's answer will not acknowledge the words that came out of his own mouth that we saw at the top of the video. So his personal evolution just happens to involve forgetting that part.
I can remember exactly where my epiphany was.
Okay.
I hadn't thought much about it, to tell you the truth. And I was a senior in high school, and my dad was dropping me off.
What's he thinking right now? It's like, dude, don't die during this interview. Please don't.
I remember about to get out of the car, and I looked to my right, and two well-dressed men in suits kissed each other. I mean, they gave each other a kiss.
Like a kiss. This is sign language for kiss.
And then one looked like he was heading to the DuPont building, and one looked like he headed to the Hercules Corporation building. And I'll never forget, I turned and looked at my dad.
He's our fucking president.
He said, Joey, it's simple. They love each other. It's simple. No, I'm not joking.
It's not.
It's simple. They love each other.
We know you're not joking because what you said wasn't funny.
And it's never been, it's never been, it's just that simple. It doesn't matter whether it's same sex or a heterosexual couple. You should be able to be married. What is
He's leaning forward. We're about to get serious, folks. But also, just a reminder, he said this story I'll never forget. My daddy was dropping me off. He was a senior in high school then. The clip at the top of this video, he was definitely older than a senior in high school when he was speaking out against gay marriage. No, marriage is just between a man and a woman. He's probably being honest. His mind probably just works like a Quentin Tarantino movie where the scenes are taken out of order. That's probably what happened. Now that is a very impressive, loving, compassion story of tolerance. We know it is because Biden remembered to lean forward during the interview to deliver it with a lot of power. Now, let's rewind the clock though. We'll take a look at the full clip. This is Biden a number of years ago, it's estimated 15 years ago, of him on Meet the Press. Topic of gay marriage came up. I wonder what he thought then, because he was a senior in high school when he learned about two men kissing each other is completely fine.
The world's going to Hades in a handbasket. We are desperately concerned about the circumstance relating to avian flu. We don't have enough vaccines. We don't have enough police officers. And we're going to debate the next 3 weeks, I'm told, gay marriage, a flag amendment, and God only knows what else.
I think it's a waste of time to debate gay marriage. Okay.
I can't believe the American people can't see through this. We already have a law, the the Defense of Marriage Act, where we've all voted, not where I voted and others said, look, marriage is between a man and a woman, and states must respect that.
It doesn't seem like he's open to marriage being between anything other than a man and a woman. Huh.
Nobody's violated that law. There's been no challenge to that law. Why do we need a constitutional amendment? Marriage is between a man and a woman.
Okay, he just said it again. Seems like he's actually thinking that.
What's the game going on here?
What's the game going on here? That's a good question, Biden. It seems like you're the one being played in this game. But nonetheless, we also have to think, well, beloved politicians like Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, who are absolutely staples on the left, and the left is all inclusive intolerance. Everybody could get married to everybody all at the same time. You're also other people at the same time if you identify that. There are staples there. So they must have always been inclusive, always for gay marriage, right?
I believe that marriage is not just a bond, but a sacred bond between a man and a woman.
It's not inclusive, Hillary. That's very different than what she would say now.
So I take umbrage at anyone who might suggest that those of us who worry about amending the Constitution are less committed to the sanctity of marriage or to the fundamental bedrock principle that it exists between a man and a woman going back into the mists of history as one of the foundational institutions of history and humanity and civilization.
Wow, she is tough to listen to. And you have to imagine, like, how much has someone like Hillary Clinton tried to scrub the internet, like paying people to do devious things. Like, dude, here's my talking points now. All the stuff I said, like, against these same points in previous years, you got to go get rid of it. Ma'am, I don't know if we could. Do you want to find yourself hanging in a tree, gunshot blast to the chest, suicide, no gun at the scene? I think you'll find a way. And then a man, former President Barack Obama, potentially current president from rumors I hear. Let's see what he used to think about gay marriage.
That your religious faith dictates that marriage should be between a man and a woman. Would you elaborate on that?
Well, what I believe is that marriage is between a man and a woman.
Wow, yeah, again, that doesn't seem like he's for gay marriage. It's only between a man and a woman. Ugh.
Why? What in your religious faith calls you to be against gay marriage?
Well, what I believe in my faith.
And by the way, he's not like denying it. He said your faith has you against gay marriage. He's not, no, I'm for it. He's like, no, okay, I'll answer that question because I am against it.
Is that a man and a woman, when they get married, are performing something before God, and it's not simply the two persons who are meeting.
That being the case, Mr. Obama, that being the case, if something is not a choice, if something is innate, then why isn't it a civil right? And why isn't your support of civil unions as opposed to marriage, does that amount to separate but equal?
No, I think there are a whole host of things that are civil rights. And then there are other things, such as traditional marriage, that I think express a community's concern and regard for a particular institution.
So marriage is not a civil right as far as you're concerned?
I don't think marriage is a civil right.
There you have it. Obama, Clinton, and Biden sharing thoughts that they probably don't want you to see. And again, I am all for people changing their minds, growing, evolving when you get new information, when you open up aspects of your heart, think about things in ways you've never done before. I think it's incredibly healthy to change our minds. And at times that'll mean our stance on a certain issue will be very different. I've changed my mind about guns. Hashtag check out the shirt. I've changed my mind about climate change. I've changed my mind about abortion, and I'm so grateful I have. But again, I don't think that's what Clinton, Biden, and Obama, I don't think that's where they're coming from here. I think they're coming from an ideology that's based on creating political control over people's minds, bodies, and votes, pretending those still matter. So I mentioned I would share my thoughts on gay marriage, and I've actually changed my mind a bit on that. Where I used to be on gay marriage was always like, yes, all for it. It's great. Like, who cares if gay people want to get married? great. That could be a beautiful thing. Could also be an atrocious thing, like all marriages don't work out well. But we should subject them to that beauty and the punishment as well. But here's where I changed my mind, and where I'm at now after changing my mind is more of a place of uncertainty rather than definitive certainty. So where I started changing my mind and just like rethinking things, and I'm still in that process, when Matt Walsh was on Joe Rogan's podcast a few months ago, and Matt Walsh he opened my eyes to something I had never actually considered before, as obvious as it is, but the definition of the word marriage. He was saying the definition of the word marriage, that word was constructed to have the meaning of a bond, a union between a man and a woman. Now, I had never actually thought about, oh, that might actually be the meaning and definition of the word marriage. And now we live in a time where we see Marxism running rampant, where language is being destroyed. What is a woman? We don't know, but we'll change the definition. That's how much we know about it. Changing to the definition of words all the time, putting different words on politically incorrect lists. These are banned words. We need to ban no, you're manipulating thinking anytime you ban language or change definitions. It's Marxism. It destroys objective truth through destroying language. It mutilates language the same way we're providing medical care to kids in certain communities. So I think we're living in a time where it is of utmost importance to uphold the meaning of words. Don't change words. Don't change definitions. Use words that represent what you are trying to convey. So when I heard Matt Walsh say that, I'm like, well, that makes sense. I think I could have been falling for propaganda that could have had an aim to just destroy language. And if that's true, which I don't have a definition or a dictionary in front of me, I can't tell you what the original meaning of the word marriage was. But whatever that meaning was, that should be upheld, I believe. So Matt Walsh got me to think like, all right, like maybe gay marriage isn't okay. Not for me, not out of the sense of I think it's wrong for gay people to be together in a relationship. It's awesome. I have gay friends. Awesome. Like I fully support that. I don't do the conservative group think and say like, dude, it's bad to be gay. It's like, no, like you be gay. Awesome. But if the original meaning of the word marriage was between a man and a woman, that meaning, that word, it needs to be protected and preserved. Otherwise, we're down a slippery slope. By the way, we're already on that slope. So if that's the case, my thinking now is then a new word should be used to have a gay marriage. Like, cool, like you're basically doing marriage, but it's called something different because it is something different. Whether that's a union or like whatever, find a Greek word and develop a word from that. That's where I stand. The word marriage should be upheld. The meaning of it needs to be upheld. The word needs to be upheld. Otherwise, we're just allowing Marxism to seep its creepy little antennas into our world.
We are affiliated with a 501c3 called We Are the 51%. This is based off of all the good people in the world giving extra effort to have a better way of life. You can donate, sponsor, or even make a tax-deductible payment to help these children to get food so no child goes to sleep hungry. How you can help is to go to our website, matt55.com. You go to the bottom right-hand corner of the video, then click the button that says Retail Customers. You can choose either option, the $5 or the $40 donation options. Either click the Add button below the dollar amount of which one that you choose. Then the next page, choose the quantity of the donation amount. For example, if you'd like to donate $1,000, then you can change the quantity amount to $200. Then click the checkout button in the bottom right-hand corner, and then on the next page, enter your credit card information, name and address. We will send you out a receipt for the amount so you can write this off as a donation on your taxes or also on your business taxes. Remember, our main goal is $1 million to help sponsor 20,000 children. 1 million people in the world will lose their life due to starvation due to the famine that has already begun by 2025.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Yeah.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. things will get brighter.